Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Again, not our normal day or time, but welcome to this special style snack. I've done a few special style snacks because the doors to the society are open, but only until the end of today, which means the Winter Classic Wardrobe Guide. Sorry, I've got a little bit of the hiccups. One second, just let me get a little water. Sorry, let's try that again. The Winter Classic Wardrobe Guide, the outfit calendars, the shopping portal, access to the exclusive Facebook group, and the weekly style steps where I walk the members of the society through curating their seasonal wardrobe. Access to all of that today is the last day you can get it. The doors close again until spring. And if you've put it off already, because you're busy, I know you're busy, stop now, join now, because it will be so sad that you missed it. I will be sad, you'll be sad, and nobody needs to be sad. So you can learn more about it at stunningstyle.com/society. But that's why I'm doing these special lives. And we've been doing a series about how to look chic and comfortable in your outfits, because after the last year and a half, you know, being stuck at home, a lot of people were just like, "Yay, I'm home. I don't have to get up and get dressed. Life in pajamas is a good life." And it feels good for a little while, and then it got old. And people are ready to get up and get dressed again and feel put together, feel good about how they look. But can't forget how great it was to wear pajamas for a year and a half. There is a lot to be said for comfort. And the great news is you can have both. So today is the final part of this series. We've talked about tops, bottoms, layers. Yesterday we talked about accessories. And I'm wearing, well, this is a sweater that's featured in the winter guide. It's a beautiful purple. Purple can be such a hard color to find, and it's just a really nice, comfortable sweater that you can dress up, you can dress down. And I'm also wearing one of the jewelry items I featured in the guide. I mentioned yesterday how a simple pendant necklace can really elevate your look. And this one is so beautiful. I stopped in my tracks when I saw it in the store, and I was like, that is going in the guide. And I really like how it picks up the purple. It's iridescent, and it's just very pretty, especially this time of year. I'm giving away one of these necklaces in the society. I do a giveaway each season of things from the guide to members of the society, just to thank them for being part of that. And this is one of the items I'm excited to send on to someone. Today we're talking about shoes. So, in my opinion, maybe the hardest part of an outfit to marry this whole chic and comfortable idea is in your shoes, especially if you have problem feet, which many of us do. Me too. I was born with bad feet. And this was one of my greatest style challenges when I had a mess of little kids. If you are new here, welcome. My name is April, and I have 6 kids. My oldest are triplets, and I had 6 kids in 6 years. So when I say I had a mess of kids, I had a mess of kids. And when my kids were little, even today, if I go on a field trip, when we're traveling, or on a long day of errands, for me, comfort rules. I am absolutely a function first girl. Nothing ruins your day like painful feet. Hustling through airports can be brutal if your feet hurt and your shoes are uncomfortable. And honestly, there is nothing chic about hobbling from uncomfortable shoes. Safety is also a factor. You know, our oldest just turned 15 and our youngest is 8. So it's not such a thing now, but when they were little, I had a rule that I did not wear any shoes I could not outrun them in. because there is just something built into the DNA of a child to bolt for the parking lot. I don't know why they do it, but they do. And they always do it at the most dangerous and worst times. And with all those little ones, I didn't have enough hands to hold on to everybody. Let's be honest, they're slippery little suckers. Even if you do have a hand on them, they can just take off like that. These days, I'm more likely to need shoes I can easily walk the dog in than chase kids, but I still need my shoes to be functional. Even if you don't need to outrun someone, you might need to wear something comfortable, easy to take care of, appropriate for the weather or your activities, something that won't get stained and ruined. So let me show you some examples of shoes that you can wear that will make your outfit chic and comfortable. Go ahead, leave me any questions that you have in the comments, and we'll chat at the end, which is always my favorite part. So the first shoes I want to show you are flats. I just don't want to put my shoes on the desk. I think that's gross. So they're on the floor. I'll pick them up. Some flats, honestly, I think were made to be torture devices. I don't know why they don't have to be that way, but they are. But there are others that are very comfortable. This pair of flats, they're very flexible. The leather is very soft. They didn't require any break-in time. They have a rubber sole. There's a little sticker on there, which provides great traction. I am not worried about slipping and hurting myself in these because, I don't know about you, but I find puddles of mystery, whatever. I don't know where there's a puddle here in the house. I'm hoping it's water, but I have slipped and fallen in a puddle of water in my house when my kids were little. It was really painful, smack down, but these won't slip. So I've learned my lesson. These are not going to give me blisters. The smooth leather means that they're also wipeable if they get dirty, and they have gotten dirty. I've had to wipe these off before making dinner. I just spill stuff. I just do. And it always seems to want to land on my shoes. So I could run after a kid or my dog in these. But let's be honest, they can all outrun me these days. So, and they're proud of it. They like to point it out all the time. But I could chase down a toddler if I had to. This isn't a pair of shoes I would run around the block in, but I could stop a runaway kid. I could stand on my feet for a good part of the day. They have a really nice padded insole, and I would be comfortable and chic in my outfit. A simple pair of flats in any color you love that meet your comfort criteria, which could be very different from mine, are a great staple in your wardrobe. Excuse me, just 1 second. It's the cold that won't quit, and I didn't want to keep coughing in your face. Excuse me. Okay, so loafers are basically a more substantial flat and a great option when it's colder and you want a bit more foot coverage and maybe even more of a supportive shoe that still looks chic. These are hands down my favorites. I wear these all the time. They were featured in the Fall Classic Wardrobe Guide, and they were a huge hit with the members. And I'm going to show you a pair that's featured in the current guide. These are a pair that are featured in the current guide, and they are actually far more comfortable. I wear those all the time. They did take a little bit of break-in, but those are not padded. These have a nice padded footbed. They have this chic animal print pattern. They cover more of your foot than a typical flat does. And these are comfortable enough to be on your feet all day. If you have the issue of your shoes could get dirty, calf hair is not your best option, but these also come in plenty of other colors and leathers as well. And this is a great type of shoe to be chic and comfortable all day in. And finding, like I said, the right color for your wardrobe is perfect. But sometimes having just one great kind of statement pair of shoes, especially in a neutral that goes with everything, is a great option. So if flats or loafers don't work for my day, my next option is a sneaker. And these are my favorites. They're not only chic, but they're very comfortable. Now, to be honest, they came with an insole as hard as a brick. I don't know why, and they're not the only ones I've ever tried on that way. I don't know why you would make a sneaker and make it uncomfortable. I can't even wrap my brain around it. The whole point is to be comfortable. But whatever. I pulled out the insole and I bought some memory foam insoles that have arch support and popped those in here, which is a great solution for an uncomfortable shoe. And now they feel like marshmallows. I wear them on field trips, traveling, errand days, working around my house, and any day I'm going to be walking and on my feet a lot. They're still chic and stylish, but comfortable and appropriate for those situations. And this is actually my second pair of leopard sneakers. The first ones I had, oh my gosh, they're like walking on clouds. And I featured them in a previous guide, and I have worn them and worn them and worn them and worn them and worn them. I wore them out. And I finally had to replace them, and I replaced them with these. The only con to the function aspect is that these are calf hair, which, as I mentioned, is not wipeable like a leather shoe is. So when it comes to getting dirty, these I baby a little bit. If I'm going to go somewhere that I need a sneaker that can get dirty, like a park or the lake or like a cornfield maze, going out and doing something fun with the family, or if it's raining, I have a few other pairs that are leather of a slip-on sneaker that I really like, with the added bonus of being wipeable. Then I don't have to worry about that. But right now, winter is coming. And if it snows at your house or rains like it does in the winter here, it's time for boots. My very favorite boots that I wear have a bit of a taller block heel, which is great for a normal day of working. I'm sitting at my desk, a normal day with my family after the kids get home from school, making dinner, carpool, running kids back and forth to sports, but not on a day when I'm going to be on my feet a lot. And so I have this pair. They still have a little bit of a heel on them, but they have a square toe box, which means my toes have more room. The leather or the heel isn't that high, but they're interesting and unique. The leather's very soft, so they don't rub on my feet and give me blisters. They have a little padding in them, but if I'm going to be on my feet a lot, I would add my insert to them. But these are really comfortable. I love the zipper up the back. And these are a great any day boot when I'm going to be out and about a lot. If it's going to be raining, muddy, sidewalk snow, I don't mean traipsing through a snowdrift. We lived before where there were snowdrifts. You're not traipsing through a snowdrift in these. I'm talking about sidewalk snow, parking lot snow, or anywhere that my boots would get dirty. I wear these, and they're actually rain boots. They are very nicely padded on the inside. Really padded on the inside, and they're very comfortable. I also like that they're not a high patent looking shine that screams rain boots. I have some of those too, and on certain days, those are great, but these look like normal boots, but they're rubber, and they are as wipeable and waterproof as they come. I do have some other leather waterproof boots, but they have a higher heel, and so I'm not wearing those on a day that I'm walking a lot. And if you're going to be walking through snowdrifts, you do need a pair of actual snow boots, which I have for those times. That's just the fact. You have to, function has to come first, for me anyway. And so if your day or a part of your day calls for the need of a seriously functional shoe or boot, and then another part of your day doesn't. For example, if you go through terrible weather and dirty streets to get to work, you need to wear those functional shoes coming and going through the terrible weather and the dirty streets. And then when you arrive at your destination, maybe it's work, you can change into your nice shoes. Commuters in big cities have been doing this for years. And, you know, those who live in the really extreme winter conditions, you're not going to go down the street in a little booty like that. You're gonna break your head. You might be traipsing through snowdrifts on the sidewalk because they can't keep them shoveled fast enough. So always choose the safe shoe. And then if you can change your shoes when you get to your destination. But I hope this gave you some ideas of how you don't have to sacrifice comfort and function for style. You can have both, and that is always my goal. But if I can only have one or the other, I go with function and safety and comfort first. So I hope this was helpful. And I hope that this series has been helpful, because you can have it all. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to join the society and get access to the new winter wardrobe guide. So I mentioned it before, and I know we have new people, so I'll say it again. I've been very sick. I was in bed all last week. I couldn't even get up, and we do not want to spread anything. So we haven't been able to get to the printer to pick up. I always print off one of the guides to show it to you. I don't have COVID. I don't have the flu. I tested negative for both, but it's still a nasty cold, and I don't want to give it to anyone. So we've stayed home, and we haven't gone to the printer to pick up the new calendars or the new guide. So I'm going to show you last year's just so I can demonstrate it. But this is last year's winter guide, and it's a digital product, but I do print them off so I can show you. And I found I really like having them printed. Some of the members print them for themselves as well, but it is a digital ebook that you download. And I do all the shopping. I shop in person, I shop online, and I check everything that I feature. I try it on. I check the color, quality, the fit, and make sure that it's all something that I can recommend to you, because honestly, you would be shocked at what pictures you see online compared to what you get. There have been so many times I thought, they must have sent me the wrong item. That doesn't look anything like the thing online. Like the color is so wrong, or the fit is so off, and it's not. So I order and I check all these things, and then I return them because I don't need all those things. But that saves you the trouble of ordering and returning and searching and looking. And I choose 30 to 40 items that go together for one wardrobe. It can be worn as a complete capsule wardrobe because it all works together, or you can use it and incorporate it into your own wardrobe. The very first thing we do is shop our closets. The guides are based on classic wardrobe items you likely have in your closet already. And then there are a few special items. If you want to update your wardrobe, refresh it, there are a few special items that can do that. But one of the things I love to hear is when members say, oh my gosh, I've had these items in my wardrobe for years. I never thought to wear them that way. And that's because I take these 100 items, seriously, my brain. I take these 30 to 40 items and I create 100 outfit templates for you. And so it shows you exactly how you can wear these. And that's what they love is that they get all kinds of new ideas about how to wear their old favorites. And then I take the outfits and I put them on monthly outfit calendars, which at 6 a.m. when you are trying to make choices and your brain is not woken up yet, It's a huge stress reliever. We live in decision fatigue as a society. We have to make so many decisions in a day that we never used to. And one of the first ones we make is, what am I going to put on, at a time when we're trying to make 1,000 other decisions to get ourselves or our families out the door. I follow the calendars quite often myself because I don't want to make those decisions that early in the morning. And it's just a really easy way to get dressed and be done. We have an exclusive shopping portal where all the featured items are, and then we find alternates for each one. So this time of year, it can be anything from frigid to Florida, and I have purple sweaters. I also have some purple t-shirts for those who are in the warmer or more temperate climates, and just a whole range of weights so that everyone can get what they need. Maybe you don't want a crew neck, maybe you want a turtleneck or a V-neck. So we have all these options in there so that you can find exactly what you need and really customize your wardrobe for yourself. We have our exclusive Facebook group filled with the kindest women you'll ever meet. They're so generous, and it's just a very kind, supportive, uplifting group. And to sometimes be able to step away from the craziness of what's going on in the world and just talk about something fun with some really fantastic women can be a nice break from reality. And that's just the truth. So I would love to have you join me in the society. Each week I go live in the group and I share a style step where I help you curate your seasonal wardrobe. I did a try on. The first one, I always try on the featured items for members of the group so that they can ask me questions. I take measurements, I compare colors, and they can just see more clearly the fit and decide what or if they want to order anything. And that also cuts down on the buying and returning. And style step 2, which we just did yesterday, I showed them how I shopped my closet for the guide. Because like I said, I don't keep all these things. I already have a wardrobe that I've curated and I love. I pick up a couple of things maybe each season, but most of it I just shop my own closet for. And yesterday I showed them everything that I was using for my own wardrobe to substitute for what's in the guide, because there's never pressure to buy anything new. One of the things that makes me happiest is when someone says, I was able to shop my closet for the whole wardrobe guide. And that makes me proud because I feel like I did a good job. Next week, our next style step is going to be showing them some ideas for holiday outfits, how to make a little holiday capsule wardrobe because for many of us, we're able to enjoy some holiday gatherings again this year. And when you've got activities like that, it's nice to have some options of what you can pull together and be chic and comfortable, right? So that's going to be our style step next Monday. And so we go through with some things like that each week as you seasonally appropriate topics. So if that sounds great to you, if you love classic style, and if you wear a winter type color palette like I do, then this is perfect for you. And if you have any questions, just let me know and I'm happy to answer them. And if you're on the fence, just say, hey, because it's not for everyone. That's the truth. The society and the wardrobe guides aren't for everyone. And I'll be the first one to tell you, because I don't want anyone to join and be unhappy. So let's take a quick look at the comments. This is my favorite part when we get to chat. Arlene's here. She says, I'm excited to be here. Well, Arlene, I'm excited you're here too. Thanks for joining me. Morgan says, that's my biggest struggle when putting together an outfit. I'm excited to gather tips on how to fix that. Oh, the shoes. Oh, I know. I totally agree. It was my biggest challenge especially when I had all those little kids. I wanted to look nice, but I had to be able to keep up with my kids. I mean, that was my first priority. And so I always wore sneakers, like lace up running shoes. So I'd have on this cute outfit and then these sneakers. And I mean, I chose it because it was my priority, but I was always looking for something I could wear. And now I know, but I wish I had known back then. So I share with others. Rachel says, if anyone is looking for barefoot zero drop shoes, check out Anya's reviews. Very extensive amount of reviews on shoes that are good for your feet and still look interesting and chic. I'm going to check that out, Rachel. Thank you. Because there was a brief time when I investigated zero drop shoes. I love the idea. I love shoes. I do. I love them. I always have, ever since I was itty bitty, teeny tiny. Shoes are my first love. And so, but I do have problem feet. And if I can marry the two, I will. So I'll check that out. Thank you. Kathy says, hi from the ER in KC. Kathy, why are you in the ER? Are you okay? I hope you're okay. Or whoever you're there with, I hope everything's okay. Let us know if you're doing all right. Kathy's a member of the society. Noelle says, shoes are my very favorite thing. I'm with you. But since breaking my leg a few years ago, I've had to let go of a lot of shoes in my closet and start over again. I've had fun restocking it. Noelle, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's no fun. I've never broken a bone actually, but I can, that sounds awful. I did sprain my ankle really badly almost 2 years ago, and I've had to change my shoes as well. My ankle still swells, and it still feels slippery, I guess. I don't wear as high of heels and things anymore. I go for more flat shoes, so I get it. But yeah, it can be fun to restock. Jamie says, I love those. Well, thank you. Lindsay says, did you just say they're cat hair? No, call that the side effects of a cold. And I hope I didn't say cat hair. I said calf hair. That's sometimes they're called pony hair, but they're usually called calf hair. They're just little let's see if it'll focus. Can you see that? They're just a little fuzzy right here. Yeah, no cats were harmed in the making of these shoes. Barbara says, very cute. Thank you. Jamie says, very stylish. Well, I'm glad. And they can be stylish and comfortable and functional. And that's always what I'm aiming for. Victoria says, that's what I thought she said too. Too funny. Well, hopefully this cold will finally pass and I can enunciate my words more clearly next time. Noelle says, I just joined the society and I'm already loving following the calendar. It does make things so easy. It's one less decision to make. Well, welcome, Noelle. We're thrilled to have you. I forgot to mention, one of the bonuses for annual members is that I created a travel capsule, a 1-week travel capsule that fits in a carry-on bag. If you have never packed, I only travel in a carry-on. It's life-changing. I used to take literally everything I owned, all the luggage options possible, because what if I don't have what I need? Oh my gosh, it was so awful. And now I just pack in a carry-on, even for a few weeks. And so this is a 1-week travel capsule for anyone who's traveling this holiday. It fits in a carry-on, and it's chic and comfortable, and it can meet a variety of needs from dressy to casual. So if you are planning to travel at all this season, that is a huge benefit. Lindsay says, I'm in Canada. I'm a bit concerned about the shopping portal. Shipping to Canada, duty, higher costs. Do you have any suggested sources for Canadians? So that is a valid concern, Lindsay. And sometimes that can be a deal breaker. We have several members who live in Canada, who live in Europe, and there are a lot of things that will not be able to be shipped to those locations, or it's just, even if they can, it's cost prohibitive, like you said, because of the shipping fees and the duties. And as I mentioned, the guides are meant to be able to shop your closet first for a lot of the items. They're also meant to be a guide, a template. And so those members, if there's not something that they can find locally, I do try to find things that will ship internationally, but it's even harder now because the way the landscape of retail has changed. And sometimes retailers change their shipping options, and I don't know it because it doesn't show up for me. But I can't guarantee which items you'll be able to get or how many each season. And so they use the shopping portal as inspiration to find things locally. A lot of our members actually thrift and use the shopping portal as inspiration for that. Some of them even make their own stuff. They're so creative and talented. That can be a problem. And for some people, they really do want that straight up one-to-one convenience. And for them, it's not the right option. So that's a choice you'll have to make yourself. If that's a concern, if that's too much of a concern for you. So for some of our members, it has just been absolutely worth it. And for others, they really wanted the value of the shopping portal and weren't able to get what they wanted, and it wasn't. So that's just the truth. Yeah. So the great thing is, though, you know what to look for. Like, I've already curated it, and so you're looking for a purple sweater. And if this one doesn't ship to you, then you already know I've got this is the wardrobe. Here's what I need. This is what I already own. These are the items I'm missing, and you can easily search locally purple sweater, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the truth. It'll depend on you and what your priorities are. Barbara says, now that I'm retired, I want to look stylish, not going to the office look. Barbara, I totally get it. And you are not alone. We have a lot of members who are in some kind of a life transition. I left my corporate job to be a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't have any casual clothes. I really didn't. I just had a few t-shirts, and I didn't even have jeans, a couple of pairs of chinos and some sneakers. That was all I had. And it took me a while to get the energy and time to find anything to wear with newborn triplets. But it can be a big transition. And the great thing about the guides is they can be dressed up or they can be dressed down, but they're kind of that middle of the road. Like, we have jeans, but we have some pants. And there are a lot of different options in the guide. So if it's a pair of black pants, then there will be black jeans in the portal. There'll be a black skirt. So you can make it whatever you want to. We all make it the adjustments to meet our own lifestyles, our own needs, our own climates. We're not all dressed like clones, identical clones in the society group. We all mix them up and make them our own in a variety of ways. So this is a great way to give you a focus of how to start building that wardrobe so that you can look great, but be appropriate for your new, more casual lifestyle. I hope that helped. Katie says, I'm just finishing up my second season and can't wait to jump into the next. The society is so much fun. I've made new friends and get valuable feedback only when I ask. That's a rule in my groups. You only give feedback if someone asks for it. It takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to post your outfit. And sometimes they just need encouragement. Thanks for mentioning that, Katie, which helps me refine and tweak my outfits. I can honestly say I have received more compliments these past 2 seasons than all other years combined. Best part, I feel like me. Thank you, April, for all you do for us and for creating the society and content. Kate, thank you, Kate. Oh, thank you. That was really nice. And she does look fantastic. She's done an amazing job of curating her wardrobe and making it hers. It's unique to her. We all have this starting place. So thank you. I love having you in the society. Barbara says, how would I search them on Facebook, or how do I find you on Facebook? Well, you're with me on Facebook right now. If you're interested in learning more about the society and the guides, go to stunningstyle.com/society. Brenda, hi Brenda, says I'll be going to Jamaica in late January for 2.5 weeks. I'll be striving to stick with a carry-on. Brenda, can I come with you? I would love to go to Jamaica for 2.5 weeks in January. I'm very quiet. You'll never know I'm there. It's even easier to do with summer clothes, isn't it? Because the clothes are just a lot smaller. Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. You can do it. I believe in you. Deborah says, I'm in Canada as well, and I don't have a problem. There are a few retailers that won't ship some items to Canada, but a number of them ship here. Even without that, the ideas of items and calendar are great. Thank you, Deborah. I really appreciate you chiming in, period, but especially chiming in as one of our members from Canada and your experience. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Barbara, I see the black heart, Barbara. Hello. I live in Germany and can't get lots of the clothes or the costs are just too high, but I use the calendar and portal for inspiration. And boy, does she. I actually want to be Barbara when I grow up. She's so chic. We all love Barbara's outfits. We love everybody who contributes. I mean, we just have so many fantastic women in the society. They're wonderful. Kate says, I hopped on a little late, so you may have already covered this. Did you say where you got your beautiful purple sweater? Is it in the winter guide? Well, thank you. This is the purple sweater featured in the current winter guide. It is just a beautiful color. It's so hard to find purple, honestly. And this is just such a good one. I was so excited. And it was one of the top color requests for the stunners. I poll them before each wardrobe guide as I'm shopping and curating, and ask them what they're craving and what their interests are. And purple was top of the list. So I was over the moon to find this one. Deborah says, about the Canadian comment, all but one of the numerous retailers from the portal that I've used include any taxes and duties in the checkout price, so you know. Oh, that's nice. Because what a nasty surprise that could be. Thank you for sharing that. Lindsay says, carry-ons are a lot easier in a hot climate than, say, for a winter ski vacation. That's true. That's true. Ski clothes are very, very bulky. Very bulky. I've never traveled for ski. Where we lived before, we skied locally. But that would be tricky. Yeah, I mean, newer ski clothes are much thinner and more compact, and it just depends on what you're having to take with you. But yeah, bulkier clothes do make it a lot harder. That's true. That can make it more challenging. You've got your ski bibs, or at the minimum pants and your coat and everything. One of my tips is I wear my bulkiest stuff on the plane, which does not include ski bibs. I would not wear those on the plane, but I would wear my ski coat on the plane and then just take it off and shove it under my seat. I would wear my big boots on the plane. So that's one of my tips, is to wear what I can. Lindsay says, or even a trip that has a multi-climate destinations. Not that I have done. I've done a 3-week trip, multi-climate destinations in a carry-on. It can be done, but it does take planning, but it can be done. Lindsay says, we did North Ireland and Greece in the same trip in September, went from shorts to winter jacket. Oh, I haven't been to Ireland, but we did Greece. Greece was one of the trips that I took everything. And then when we went to Santorini, you can't take big bags on a flight to Santorini. This is absurd. We had to rent a hotel room for my bags, while we went to Santorini. I felt so absurd. That was so absurd because we couldn't take them on the plane. One of the last times I ever did that. But I've done, when we went to Japan, when we were in the north of Japan, it was snowing. And then when we got to more southern Japan, it was like mid-70s. And then we did England, where it was really cold. And then where else we went somewhere else that was really warm. Maybe it was Italy. I'm having a brain melt right now. I should know what that is, but I've done it. it's tricky, but you can do it. Lindsay says, I did 2 weeks in the Mediterranean on a carry-on. Yeah, with the small clothes, it's always easy for summer. Leslie says, that's funny. It was embarrassing, honestly. I mean, I can laugh now, but I was so embarrassed. I mean, that's just, and if you've been to Santorini, like it's all built into the cliffs. And can you imagine having to carry one of those bags? I mean, you could die trying to carry one of those bags down to your hotel room. There are no elevators. It just, oh my gosh, it was so dumb. Lindsay's laughing, renting the hotel room for bags. I love it. It was awful. It was so dumb, you guys. It's embarrassing. We didn't have anywhere to put our stuff, though. I had too many bags and they were too big. There were no lockers that were going to fit that. I mean, there was nowhere anyway. So our rooms had a very nice staycation in the hotel. It was dumb. Leslie says, I had to get a second rental car for my suitcase in Grenoble, France. I'm assuming you had a second driver. That's awesome. I mean, it's terrible, but it's probably as bad as getting a hotel room. I hope you didn't have to rent a driver to go with that car. But those cars are tiny. It's another good reason to only pack in a carry-on, because a lot of, like, the trunk is like this big. Noelle says, I used to be a flight attendant and went from Egypt to England and Ireland on a 10-day trip. I always only took my carry-on and flight back. It really can be done. Thank you, Noelle. It really can. It's all about layering. It's layering. Brenda says, excited about your purple sweater. Mine's supposed to arrive this weekend. Yay! Have to share that before I joined Stunning Style Society, I took an extra large suitcase on our first Jamaican trip. I always overpacked. I'm so much better now. If I overpack now, it's a conscious choice, not because I haven't fine-tuned my wardrobe. Usually it's due to shoes or sweaters I just have to take. Yeah. We went to Jamaica on our honeymoon, and I took everything I owned. I'm convinced of it, to go to the beach. I still overpack for beach trips. I take more actual clothes than I really need. I always overestimate how often I'm going to be wearing clothes. I'm in swimsuits most of the day, and then I shower and might go out to dinner. But I don't know. By that point, I really just want room service, and so I just put on my pajamas. So I always take too many clothes to the beach, but still in a carry-on. And shoes, I think, is maybe my biggest problem. I get it. Leslie said it was a taxi. Oh, I hope you didn't have to go far. And what if they drove off with your stuff? I'm glad you made it there with your stuff. That's an awesome story. Thanks for sharing it. So usually I do my style snacks on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be going live tomorrow because I did it yesterday, today. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Eve. I've got turkeys bathing in my sink. They were in my fridge I have to make 2 turkeys this year, and they've been in my fridge for 4 days, and they were still rock solid. I've got to go upstairs and change the water. I'm defrosting turkeys. We're hosting, and I got to get busy. Tomorrow I'll be cooking all day. We take our Thanksgiving meal very seriously in my family. So I will not be going live tomorrow, but I will be with you again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, just like always, for another style snack. And we'll be talking about something new, so you don't want to miss it. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me in the society. It is seriously, it makes getting dressed the easiest thing you do all day, and it's fun. Lindsay says, if we join now, the seasonal package is winter, or are you going to prepare for spring? So when you join now, you get the winter guide that just came out immediately. And then the members get the guide first. So the members of the society get the guide first and first crack at shopping and everything. And then we open the doors to new people. And so you'll get the first release of spring. So you get them as I create them, right? So you get the new ones as we go along. But this one just came out, and spring won't come out until probably late February. So I hope that answered your question. If you have any more questions, you can leave them here and we'll come back through and answer. You can go to stunningstyle.com/society to learn more. This sweater, this beautiful necklace, and so many other great things are featured in the guide to help you build your winter wardrobe, and I would love to have you there. I will see you next Wednesday, and I hope to see you in the society soon.